In the heart of the ancient desert, amidst whispers of legends and untold riches, a majestic secret lay veiled for centuries. With minds fueled by ambition and hands hardened by toil, the builders defied the laws of nature, wielding unwavering determination to raise colossal stones, forming the enigmatic pyramids that towered above the sand, their mystery echoing through time. But what hidden powers and extraordinary feats lie at the core of these ageless structures? The building of the pyramids is one of history's oldest and most enduring mysteries. The subject of how the pyramids were built has been posed and pondered by several academics and scientists throughout history. The Egyptian pyramids of Giza and the Loch Ness Monster all rate among the greatest mysteries, but the pyramids unquestionably top the list. The pyramids in Egypt are without a doubt some of the most magnificent man-made monuments in history. According to estimates, they took 20 to 30 years to construct, and were constructed with more than 2 million stones more than 4,500 years ago. The oldest and biggest pyramid in the entire world is the Great Pyramid. The Great Pyramid of Giza is not called that for nothing. It stands at a height of 481 feet. It was built under Pharaoh Khufu's command sometime in the early Bronze Age, although the details of how it was built are unknown by history. However, little by little, archaeologists have been able to explain several methods that went into mounting the structure. Researchers believe that soaking the sand first helped the stones cross the desert more easily. The stones were extracted from a quarry near the pyramid. However, that simply explains how the stones moved from one place to another. It does not explain how they were subsequently propelled into the air and dropped into a huge triangle. It's a reasonable assumption made by researchers that the activity would have entailed a ramp of some kind. They didn't have a 5-story crane after all. What about the real proof of such a ramp, though? Researchers were having no luck. It presents a unique difficulty since the ramp would have had to be quite steep, with a 20-degree or more gradient, which would have been difficult for a 2.5-ton stone to climb. A recent find in a separate quarry may now provide insight into how ancient people accomplished this feat. An Anglo-French team discovered a highly peculiar ramp cut into the earth in Hatnub, another rock quarry uncovered in Egypt's eastern desert, which suggested some unexpectedly significant technological advancements. It was rather steep to start with, but more importantly, there were staircases on each side of it. These steps had repeating holes that could have held wooden posts. Yanis Gordon, the co-director of the mission, stated that this kind of system has never been discovered anywhere else. Furthermore, it predates the creation of Khufu's significant legacy by around 4,500 years. Scholar Roland Enmarkt revealed that the post-hole patterns on the stairs implied an advanced rope and pulley system, predating Greek technology by 2,000 years. The ancient pyramids of Egypt are viewed by us as magnificent constructions that stimulate our senses of awe and wonder. They were magnificent tombs for the kings, but why did the Egyptians go to such bother and labor for so long to create them? The big pyramids were indeed essential to their religious beliefs in addition to being tombs. Pyramids were built by civilizations because of several reasons. The Egyptian pyramids, arguably the most well-known pyramids, functioned as tombs for pharaohs and their queens. The belief in the afterlife among the ancient Egyptians was fundamentally based on these magnificent monuments. They thought that the pharaoh's souls would ascend to the heavens and unite with the gods. Pyramids were built to secure the pharaoh's perpetual existence and to supply them with all the necessities for their journey, such as food, clothes, and wealth. The pyramid texts, some of the world's earliest religious literature, are inscribed on a few Egyptian pyramids. These texts contain rites, prayers, and spells that were created to facilitate the pharaoh's transition to the afterlife. The pyramid-like buildings known as ziggurats were primarily used for religious purposes in ancient Mesopotamia. These magnificent stepping platforms supported temples honoring numerous gods and goddesses. Ziggurats were thought to be the material embodiment of the relationship between the heavens and earth, with their high terraces serving as a platform for priests to interact with the gods. While some pyramids served as religious rites and sacrifice ceremonies, others were utilized for astronomical objectives. The perfect alignment of several Mesoamerican pyramids with astronomical occasions like solstices and equinoxes allowed the inhabitants to keep track of time and agricultural cycles. Numerous Mesoamerican pyramids were constructed in exact synchronization with astronomical phenomena. These civilizations were reliant on their understanding of astronomy to keep track of time, make precise calendars, and schedule agricultural cycles. The sun at Teotihuacan is a notable example of an astronomically oriented pyramid, since it is in line with the Pleiades star cluster. The construction of pyramid-shaped structures in early civilizations had multiple anthropological factors. Pyramids offered structural stability for large-scale buildings and showcased the power, wealth, and technological advancement of ancient societies. They also symbolized the universal human fascination with the heavens and the afterlife. These shared themes reflect parallel human development, not a single ancient civilization's influence. Pyramid-shaped structures across cultures symbolize the connection between the earthly and divine realms, representing the ascent of the soul and bridging the gap between humanity and the divine. They served various functions, from tombs to temples, emphasizing the significance of spiritual beliefs in early civilizations. The Great Pyramid, also known as the Pyramid of Khufu, is the oldest and tallest of the Giza pyramids, reaching a height of 481.4 feet during its construction between 2551 and 2528 BCE. Composed of approximately 2.3 million carved limestone blocks, the pyramids lacked their original lighter limestone exteriors, leaving room for speculation about their appearance. The pyramids of Giza, like the Egyptian pyramids that came before and after them, served as the pharaohs' or kings' mausoleums and royal tombs. They were frequently a part of an enormous burial complex that also contained the graves of the queens and temples for daily offerings. The burial chamber under the pyramid was often where the pharaoh was interred. Although the Great Pyramid had underground rooms that were never finished, and Khufu's sarcophagus is located in the King's Chamber, which is located deep inside the Great Pyramid, and where Napoleon is supposed to have spent time. The Great Pyramid contains relatively little open space inside its enormous mass, much like its neighbors. Napoleon would have entered the King's Chamber by a narrow, climbing corridor through the Queen's Chamber and finally through the Grand Gallery, a higher, corbelled hallway. Napoleon would have seen that the King's Chamber was compact and bordered with massive stone slabs. Given that Egyptians didn't start painting burial chambers with hieroglyphic writings until later pyramids, the area would have been quite sterile. The pyramids would also have been long since plundered by the time of Napoleon's Egyptian campaign at the end of the 18th century. Ancient builders achieved remarkable precision and craftsmanship, surpassing modern capabilities. The complex designs, intricate carvings, and precise alignments of the pyramids remain unmatched. This suggests the existence of advanced ancient civilizations, challenging conventional understanding. Despite faded records, tantalizing hints and anomalies persist, questioning our preconceived notion of the past. The precise mathematical calculations and astronomical alignments seen in pyramid construction indicate a deep understanding of complex mathematics, engineering, and celestial mechanics, which was not commonly associated with ancient civilizations. Could it be that these ancient civilizations possessed knowledge of materials and construction methods that have eluded our grasp until today? What they all believe in one form or another is that the pyramids in ancient Egypt were built by outer space terrestrials, who likely used them as a way to monitor and observe planet Earth. But where, of every absurd belief in the world, did the idea that aliens built the pyramids come from? These points don't really explain the astronomical leap from those who lived there did it to aliens did, though. We are enthralled by the mystery surrounding pyramid construction and are fascinated by it. The pyramids remain as timeless representations of human ingenuity and the never-ending effort to discover the mysteries of our history, leaving us with more questions than answers as we reflect on their mystique. It inspires us to keep looking, questioning, and discovering the truth buried beneath the old stones because it serves as a reminder that there are still untold tales waiting to be discovered. What do you think about this? Please share with us in the comments area below.